Hi everyone, it's Marlene. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, here I am again with my messy hair, but it's a story of my life these days. I've had a few requests on get ready with me using just the IT Cosmetics, and I thought that was a good idea because it is a phenomenal brand for mature women, and I just think all of their products work extremely well for our mature skin. I'm going to start off with Feel the Moment, and I really like this primer because not only do I use it as a primer, but I also use it as a serum. I mix it in at night, not every day honestly, but I do mix it in sometimes with my moisturizer in the evening. And it's extremely hydrating. It is said to be for every skin type. I don't know, if you have oily skin, you may want to try the other one that IT Cosmetics has. I believe that one is more for oily skin. But if you have dry skin or normal skin, this one will probably work really nice for you. It almost feels silicone-y without being silicone-y. It is very, very, very hydrating. So that's what I started off with. I better put my hair back. Now you can see all my incredible dark spots that I have. That is a test if the foundation is really working. You'll see. Okay, I purchased this one, and this is the Confidence in a Compact. It is the new one from IT Cosmetics, and my shade is in tan. I will be applying it with the brush. Was included in the kit that I purchased, and it's this one that says diffusing something or other, and yes, it is dirty. I did try this foundation out yesterday, and I love the packaging on this. You get a really nice packaging, and when you open it up, you have this protection for it so the foundation doesn't dry up, and then when you open it up, you have your foundation. This is creamy. This reminds me, my grandmother used to use Max Factor. It was in a stick, and that's what this reminds me of. It says to use it either with the brush or with the sponge. I liked it better with the brush. And as always, I'm not going close to my eyes because I do not want to have a lot of products placed under my eyes that will just give me that cakey look. On me, if that's what you do and it works well for you, then go ahead and continue doing it. I think it goes on beautifully. Very, very nice. The only product I think that I'm going to be using that is not by IT Cosmetics is going to be my Fix Plus, because this is something that I always do. Just spray and pat. It looks very natural. Very skin-like. It doesn't look cakey at all. I think that you should be able to tell. And it's not as thick as the CC cream, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just the way it seems to me. The concealer, I am going to use the Bye Bye Under Eye Illuminator, which is this one. And my color is in medium. And just like I apply the other one, I'm going to take a pea size on my finger. I'm going to warm it up and thin it out a bit. And I'm going to put my few dots, not drops. I'm not putting drops, I'm putting dots. Dart. What is it with that? Why do we get that? I don't understand. When I ordered this concealer, there was a brush included with it. And it's dual ended, and you have a flat side and you have the brush on the other. But I've been wanting to try this L'Oreal blender for concealers, which I really prefer a sponge for concealers more than brushes. So that is what I'm using. I have some IT Cosmetics brushes, but I don't have an awful lot of them. I'm going to spray with my Fix Plus. And if I want to use a little bit afterwards, a little bit more concealer afterwards once I'm finished, that's okay. We could always go back. There are no rules here. We do what works. For my eyeshadow palette, I am using the Naturally Pretty Must-Haves, which is this one. This is the only It Cosmetics palette that I have, and I've been meaning to buy others, but I haven't. And you have 6 mattes in here. I'm going to start by applying Happy, which is your very light off-white in this palette. I'm going to apply it all over my movable lid, and I'm going to apply it all the way up to my brow. I purchased this one when I was in Seattle last year, and I did travel with it because I have exactly what I need, and it's not huge. It's a nice size little palette that I could just throw in a bag. For my next color, I'm going in with the Naturally Pretty, which is right there. And I'm going to start making my crease with it. And we're starting out with the lighter shade, and then we're working our way to our darker shade, looking straight ahead. Because if I look straight ahead and I do not see that crease that I am forming, that means you won't be able to see it with my eyes open. So that's why I do it with my eyes open, so I can see it and straight out. I'm going to blend. This is a particularly nice palette if you like very light looks. If you don't like to do vibrant colors, this is the perfect palette. It has exactly what you need. I'm going with one shade up from the Naturally Pretty color to Inspire, and it's this pretty darker dusty rose in this palette, really pretty. And I'm going to go over the crease that I just made and straight out. And if it's a little bit messy, it's okay, because remember, we're going to go over it. We're going to blend and we're going to clean it up. Once we have our crease complete, then we can go in with a darker shade, and I'm going in with Brave, and it's this color right here. And I'm going to do my outer V, and I'm going to start by the outer corner of my eye and bring it up to meet it where I created that crease. Once I get that done, then I go and I fill out that outer V. I'm going to blend. Once you do that outer V, then you could just run it to your crease and start creating some dimension, but I didn't add any more product there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to blend. I'm going to wipe up that pencil brush that I was using, and I'm going to go back to Naturally Pretty, which is the light color that I started out with. I'm going to put it right over the crease just to kind of make it more of a clean line, and then I'll blend some more. I'm going to use Transforming in Hello Light right here, and I'm going to use a short flat brush just to do. I'm going to use that same color for the inner corner. Now I'm going to take another flat brush. This one is bigger than the one I just used. See the difference on them? I'm using Zoeva brushes, but you can use any one that you want. I'm going to go back in with Transforming Hello Light, and that's what I'm going to use for my movable lid, and it's this larger one in the palette. And as long as you keep those lighter colors on your movable lid, it will open up your eyes. Turning my brush up a little Now I will blend again in order to eliminate any harsh lines. For my lower lash line, I am going to use a small pencil brush, and I'm going to use the darkest color here, which is Empower, and just do partially. And you could do it, if you like to do your entire under eye, you certainly can. I just like to do it on the outer third. I just feel that it opens up my eyes more when I do it that way. But if doing the whole thing, your whole lower lash line works for, then by all means go for it. So what I'm doing here, I'm just bringing it up in order so I could join the shadow that I had placed on before, just to give it a more of a clean look. Using the Hello Lashes. I think I need a little bit more concealer right here because I have some darkness right there, and I don't know why. It's just decided to hit me this year. And it's just wrong, but you know, there's nothing I can really do about it. So for this, I am using the IT Cosmetics brush because I'll be able to really get that fine line there. And if you notice, I'm just taking just a tiny little bit. Basically, all I'm doing is just putting a very tiny bit on there and just getting a tiny drop. And that is enough in order not to get a cakey look. Adding a little bit to the inner corners. Could add some to your nose if you want some. When we start getting those lines, if you add a little bit of the concealer, it will help with those lines. I'm using just the other end of this brush. Actually, I really, really like this brush. Now I'm going to use the Must Have palette, and in this palette you have a bronzer, a blush, the highlighter, under eye setting powder, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to start off with the bronzer, and I got this great big fan brush just to define a little bit on the cheekbones, not a lot. The nice thing about this palette is that it's really user friendly. Taking some of the blush, and they call it draping now. In the 70s, it was contouring with your blushes, and it just seems to brighten up the face. And since I'm a 70s girl, I continue doing it. You could take a thin fan brush and put a little bit of highlight if you like. This is not an in-your-face kind of blush. Highlight. It's very subtle, so you can use it freely. It's a nice palette, especially for traveling, because you have everything right there. You don't need anything else. You could even use that same bronzer if you like to contour your nose, and you could just take a smaller fluffy brush and you could just use it to contour your nose if that's something that you like to do. You don't have to even use another palette. For lipstick, I am using the Blurred Lines Smooth Full Lipstick in Believe. And back to the messy hair. Okay, very simple, very easy. One brand, IT Cosmetics, wonderful for mature skin. I just love it. Love being able to have everything so right there, ready to go, especially in the morning when I have to get ready so quickly. All right, since if you stay with me this long, I have to mention something to you, and I usually don't talk about the likes and subscribes and everything at all. I don't do that. But YouTube has changed their algorithms in order to have our videos actually on here. I'm not exactly sure how it's working yet. But if you enjoy the video, please like, please leave me a comment, please subscribe. There's a little bell right next to the subscribe. If you click on that, it will give you notifications on when I put out videos, and I will really, really appreciate if you could do that for me. If you could leave me a comment, let me know how you like this look. Let me know if you have any of these products from IT Cosmetics, any products at all. Let me know how you like them, how you use them. I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for taking a piece out of your day to spend with me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And don't forget, ladies, follow your passion, whatever it may be. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.